The federal government is massive, wasteful, and growing larger every year. It's time to downsize the federal government. The Social Security Administration was created in 1935 and operates 3 large programs that provide benefits to millions of Americans: old age and survivors insurance, disability insurance, and supplemental security income. Today, the agency takes up 1/4 of the U.S. budget, spending $914 billion a year, around $7,600 for each U.S. household. Spending on Social Security programs is growing rapidly and contributes to the huge financial problems facing the federal government. The current pay-as-you-go structure of the Social Security program is unsustainable, as the number of elderly people receiving benefits continues to soar. The program has accumulated unfunded obligations of $23 trillion. Unless Social Security is restructured, it will only be able to pay a fraction of promised benefits to future retirees. The program also causes ongoing damage to the U.S. economy. Payroll taxes distort labor markets. Benefits incentivize early retirement, which reduces the supply of experienced workers in the economy. Social Security also suppresses personal savings, which lowers investment and economic growth. The costs of disability insurance have doubled over the last decade, rising so rapidly that the program's trust fund is projected to be depleted 2 years from now. Despite medical advances that aid people with disabilities in the workplace, the ratio of working-age people to recipients has been cut in half over the last 2 decades. Policymakers have repeatedly liberalized eligibility standards, and the current program gives many people a strong incentive to stay on the sidelines. Individuals rarely leave the program and go back to work even if their health improves, meaning skilled and productive people are being lured into long-term government dependency. Supplemental security income is for people with disabilities who have not been part of the workforce, including disabled children. As with SSDI, the complex, subjective, and outdated disability determination process for SSI has created a breeding ground for awarding and continuing benefits to people who are not disabled. According to the Government Accountability Office, SSI recipients who are no longer qualified for benefits rose from $3.8 billion in 2002 to $7.3 billion in 2011. The federal government seems incapable of running welfare programs in a frugal manner and with due regard to taxpayer interests. Responsibility for caring for the needs of the disabled should rest with families, charities, churches, and the rest of civil society. But in the near term, tightening eligibility standards and ensuring that recipients are legally entitled to benefits would reduce taxpayer costs. The Cato Institute has developed a detailed reform plan to partially privatize Social Security in the United States. The plan would transition to a system based on personal accounts funded by wage contributions. Such accounts would be legally owned by individuals and more secure than current promises of government benefits. It would allow various investment alternatives and provide a safety net for workers whose accounts did not provide a minimum level of retirement benefit. Social Security's trustees have examined the Cato plan and determined that it would return the program to full solvency. Cato's plan would bring long-run solvency to the system and would reduce the massive $23 trillion unfunded obligation that currently looms over the heads of younger generations of American taxpayers. For more information about cutting Social Security and other government programs, visit downsizinggovernment.org, a project of the Cato Institute.